But they crushed the galaxy until humans pushed back. Hard the Relentless moved like a plague through the stars. For 3 centuries, their hive ships consumed everything in their path. Worlds, stations, entire civilizations reduced to resources and memories. The Galactic Council, once comprising 500 species across 12,000 worlds, had been diminished to barely 30 refugee races clinging to the outer rim of the galaxy. Commander James Ellis stared at the tactical display. Aboard the Earth vessel Defiance, red markers indicated fallen worlds, blue the remaining Allied strongholds. The disparity was soul-crushing. "Another transmission from the Council, sir," Lieutenant Reed said, her voice flat with exhaustion. "They're requesting immediate withdrawal to the sanctuary systems." Ellis ran a hand through his graying hair. Humanity had only joined the galactic stage 50 years ago, latecomers to an already collapsing civilization. The other species regarded them as primitive, unrefined, and ultimately expendable in the greater scheme of survival. "Tell them we're holding position," Ellis replied. Admiral Wilson's weathered face appeared on the main screen. The Council ordered, "Withdrawal, Commander. Our forces are spread too thin." "With respect, Admiral, if we abandon the Arcturus corridor, we lose our last strategic choke point. The Relentless will have a straight path to Earth." Wilson's expression hardened. "This isn't a request, Commander. Fall back to designated coordinates." After the transmission ended, Ellis turned to his second-in-command. "Tom, what would you do?" Lieutenant Commander Tom Miller looked up from his station. "The Council's been running for 300 years, sir. Maybe it's time someone stood their ground." The human fleet was small by galactic standards, just 87 combat vessels with another 30 support ships. But unlike the Council races, humans had spent their history fighting against overwhelming odds. It was built into their DNA, their culture, their very essence. Ellis made his decision. Prepare for broadcast on all frequencies, including the encrypted Council channels. The bridge crew exchanged glances. "This is Commander James Ellis of Earth Defense Force. To all Council vessels and remaining independent ships, the Relentless advance through the Arcturus corridor must be stopped. Earth forces will hold position. Any vessels willing to join us will be welcomed. Ellis out." Within hours, the Defiance received responses. Most were Council officials demanding compliance, but 13 ships, captained by individuals from various species who had grown tired of endless retreat, moved to join the human position. "They call us primitive," Ellis said to Tom as they watched the Allied vessels take formation alongside the human fleet. "Let's show them what primitive can do." The human scientists had been analyzing Relentless technology for years. Unlike the Council races who treated the enemy as an unstoppable force of nature, humans approached them as a problem to be solved. Dr. Anna Walker had identified a vulnerability in the Relentless communication network, a frequency resonance that, if properly exploited, could disrupt their hive mind coordination. "It's ready," Dr. Walker reported from the science bay. "The disruptor pulse has been calibrated to the exact frequency, but we'll need to get within 10,000 kilometers of their command node to deploy it effectively." Ellis nodded grimly. "That's practically point-blank range." When the Relentless fleet emerged from hyperspace, a swarm of 250 biomechanical ships, the human fleet didn't retreat. Instead, they implemented Operation Hornet's Nest, a tactic no Council strategist would have conceived. The smaller human vessels darted forward in seemingly chaotic patterns, drawing Relentless pursuers into carefully planned kill zones where larger Earth ships waited in ambush. It was messy, dangerous, and resulted in losses, but it created confusion in the perfectly ordered Relentless attack formation. "Command ship identified," Tom called out. "Bearing 047, Mark 112, Ellis ordered. "The Defiance to full speed. All ships execute Phase 2. Focus fire on escort vessels." The Allied fleet converged, punching a narrow corridor through the Relentless formation. 3 human ships were lost in the maneuver, but the Defiance broke through, racing toward the massive command node at the heart of the enemy fleet. "Disruptor charged at 100%, Dr. Walker reported. "We need to get closer." The Defiance shuddered as enemy weapons fire tore through its outer hull. Emergency systems blared throughout the ship. Hull breach on decks 4 through 7. Reed shouted over the noise. Shields failing. 8,000 kilometers. Tom counted down. 7,000. Ellis gripped his command chair. Divert all power to forward shields and the disruptor. 5,000 kilometers. We're within range. Now, Doctor, Ellis ordered. The disruptor pulse fired, invisible but immensely powerful, designed to shatter the very foundation of relentless coordination. For 3 terrifying seconds, nothing happened. Then, like puppets with their strings cut, the relentless ships began to drift. Some collided with others, some powered down completely. It's working, Dr. Walker exclaimed. Without the hive mind coordination, the relentless were vulnerable. Individual ships still fought, but the perfect synchronization that had made them unstoppable for centuries was gone. The Council fleet, monitoring from a safe distance, moved in to join the battle upon seeing the unexpected turn of events. The rout was complete. For the first time in 300 years, the Relentless retreated. In the aftermath, as damage reports flooded in and casualties were counted, Ellis received a transmission from the Galactic Council itself. The Council acknowledges your unconventional tactics, the Grand Minister stated, clearly uncomfortable. Your species has demonstrated unexpected resourcefulness. Ellis simply nodded. Humans don't like bullies, Minister. We never have. Within a year, humanity led a coalition of races in reclaiming territories long abandoned to the Relentless. The tactics were often unorthodox, the battles bloody, but for the first time in centuries the galaxy pushed back, not with elegant technology or grand strategies, but with the stubborn, primitive refusal to accept defeat that humans had brought with them to the stars. And the Relentless, for all their power, had never encountered anything quite like that before.